Now, I'd like you to meet Shaikha Rawdha AlQasimi, a 17-year-old Emirati student, youth leader, and change maker. Through years of leadership and personal growth, she's learned that failure isn't the end. It's where transformation begins. Today, on our TEDxENS Sharjah Youth, Rawdha shares how setbacks shaped her path and why she believes failure doesn't define you, it refines you. Please give it up for Shaikha Rawdha AlQasimi.
What if I told you that failing again and again might be the best thing that ever happens to you? You might not believe it yet, but by the end of this, you will. Or at least I hope so. Before we dive into that, let me show you something. You all can see this pencil. Perfectly fine, right? It's doing its job, writing, creating. But what happens when I break this pencil in half? Just like that, it's broken. It can't write the way it did before. It's easy to think that's it. It's done. But is it really? Because now, instead of one pencil, I have two. You see, failure might break you. It might change you. But that doesn't mean you're done. It just means you're different. And sometimes that's exactly what you need to grow. Now, back to where we started, because I know failure isn't fun. No one wakes up thinking, wow, I hope today is an absolute disaster. And if you do, we need to have a serious talk. We live in a world obsessed with winning, perfect scores, gold medals, applause. But no one talks about what it takes to get there. And here is often where we miss the point. Success isn't about never failing. It's about failing and doing it pretty well. Wait, failing well? Sounds ridiculous, right? Let's talk about a man who mastered the art of failing. Someone whose failures were so legendary, he literally lit up the world. We all know who this guy is. Thomas Edison. The man who failed not 10 times, not 100 times, but 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. When asked if he was discouraged, he didn't say, yeah, I'm done, I'll just live in the dark. No, he said, I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. Now let's be honest. If I hit attempt 200 and my light bulb still wasn't working, I'd probably just sit in the dark and call it ambiance. But Edison, he kept going. And because he did, the world is lit up. Failure might feel like it's knocking the air out of your lungs. It's wiping you out completely. Like when you bomb a test and suddenly your whole academic career flashes before your eyes. Or when you pour your heart into something, your time, your effort, and let's be real, your sanity, and still it doesn't work out. And then there's that moment, the worst moment, when you don't just feel like you failed, you feel like a failure. Not just in front of others, but in your own eyes too, like you've let everyone down, and most of all, you've let yourself down. But here's the truth. Failure doesn't define you, it refines you. It's not the villain of your story, it's the plot twist, the moment when everything seems to fall apart just before the hero steps into their power. And trust me, I've had my share of setbacks. I entered a hackathon once, a race against time to solve a problem. My team and I had a big idea. We worked for hours, giving it our all. We were sure this was it. But then, we lost. In that moment, it felt like everything fell apart. All that work, all that hope, gone. But that wasn't the end. We learned, we got better, and tried again. The next time we entered a competition, we won first place. So yeah, I know what failure feels like, but I also know what happens when you don't quit. Now, think about this. Have you ever failed at something? A test, a project, or maybe just trying to parallel park without embarrassing yourself? How did it feel? Did you feel useless? Like you couldn't do anything right? Or did you feel like a walking meme? It's okay if you felt all of that. I've been there too. Failure doesn't make you any less amazing. It just means you're trying, growing, and learning. So you know what? Maybe you did feel like a walking meme for a second. but you're also walking towards something greater. Now here is where I break the cliche. You've probably heard the saying, failure is just a stepping stone. But let's be honest, when you're facing failure, it sure does not feel like something you can step on. It feels like a wrecking ball, one that smashes your plans, your confidence, and your carefully crafted timeline. Not gentle, not pretty, just boom. Everything you've built is in pieces. Now, when you fail, don't think of it as an end, but as the start of something greater, my friend. So let's set the record straight. Failure is not a full stop. It's a comma, a pause before something greater, a moment to reflect before we move forward stronger than before. It's the fall before the rise, the struggle before the prize. And in case you forgot, that hero who keeps pushing forward, the one who refuses to stay down, the one who's still standing, still trying, that's you. So when life knocks you down, and trust me, it will, get back up. Not because you have to, not because someone told you to, but because you owe it to yourself to see what happens when you don't quit. And if all else fails, at least you'll have a great story to tell, and maybe even a good laugh along the way. So next time you fail, keep walking, because in the end, failure won't be the thing that stops you. It will be the thing that makes you unstoppable. Thank you.